Welcome back. Third and final review tonight. We're going to talk about Edmonton and the Los Angeles Kings. Very exciting night of hockey tonight. Was. And every game, every series has its own personality. This is why I love playoff hockey. Because every series, like during the regular season, each game has its own personality too. But not like the playoffs. So, Skinner versus Kemper again in this one. And Evander Kane returned for the Edmonton Oilers. He was pretty quiet tonight. Didn't really write his name on the board much at all outside of that and outside of a penalty he took in the game. So it's, quiet return for him. But he hasn't played in a while. And the harmonicas playing again. I have to say, the harmonica national anthem, I guess you could qualify that as a good luck charm now, right? So I would expect them to be back for Game 5 if Game 5 takes place. We shall see. Early jump for the Oilers. Kopitar has a rush chance that's saved. McDavid has a rush chance that gets blocked. Shots are 2-1 Edmonton at 4 minutes. So decent start for the Oilers here. The Oilers press at 6.5 minutes. We then get a power play for the Kings. It is Evander Kane going to the box there. King cycle. Byfield has a slot shot that's held. There's more cycling. Puck's cleared out. There's a shorthanded rush by McDavid. Brown has a shot that's saved there. And then at 8:44, on a rush, Brent Clark tips one from the doorstep into the net to make it 1-0 LA. Fogle and Dano with the assists. So the Kings with the lead. Oilers press to respond. We end up with a power play for the Oilers. Early clear. The Oilers cycle. Hyman is absolutely robbed by Darcy Kemper at the net. Puck's cleared out. Bouchard whiffs on one. That leads to a short-handed rush by Moore. That chance is saved. That power play's killed off, and the less said about it, the better. The Oilers press with 6.5 minutes left. Kempe has a rush chance that's blocked. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Oilers with 5 minutes left. And then with 1:50 left, the Oilers draw a power play. Early cycle. Bouchard has a one-timer that's held. The Kings clear. The Oilers set up. They cycle the puck a bit. Draisaitl to Nugent-Hopkins gets blocked out, so that doesn't happen. Back-to-back clears ends the first period. So it's 1-0 LA after the first. To start the second, the Kings, of course, finish the kill. Just 10 seconds left in that penalty. Fiala has a slot shot that gets blocked. And 3 minutes in, neither team has hit the net. So the Kings, it's a tight game at this point, but they're ahead 1-0. Oilers press at 3.5 minutes. Fogle has a backhander that's kicked aside. And then at 4:14, Byfield scores. He roofs one on a net drive, and Fogle gets the assist there against his former team. It is 2-0 in favor of the LA Kings. The Oilers look to respond. The Kings then have a 2-on-1. That misfires. The Kings draw a power play. Early clear in another. Fiala can't bury one in close, and we end up with 58 seconds of 4-on-4. Wallman has a wrister that's held. The Oilers cycle. There's a shorthanded rush by Byfield, which is part of how that ends up being killed off. So we end up going back to 5-on-5. No harm, no foul there. Kings press at 9.5 minutes, and then the Kings go back to the power play. Kuzmenko can't bury one in close. Skinner holds. There's some pushing there. And then at 10:37, Kuzmenko. The puck bounces off the boards to Kuzmenko. He puts it in from the doorstep. Kempe and Kopitar with the assists. It's 3-0 for the Kings, and 2 of those goals are on the power play. So the Oilers press with 7.5 minutes left. There's more pressure by the Oilers with 6.5 minutes left. And then at 13:54, Draisaitl tips in a point shot. Klingberg with the assist. So all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a game. We remember what happened in Game 1. I think the Kings remember what happened in Game 1 as well. So the Kings press with 5 minutes left. Doughty has a slapper that's held. Now, one interesting thing about tonight's game for the Kings is they dress 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Mo Verare didn't play a single shift in the first 2 periods. He might have late in this game, but he didn't get a single shift in the first 2 periods, which is an interesting choice. If you're going to dress 11 and 7, usually that 7th defenseman gets some kind of ice time. Fans call one, the referee does not. Kulak then has a shot that's held as the Oilers press. We get some pushing. There's more pressure by the Oilers in the final 30 seconds. They don't get any closer. It stays 3-1 in favor of the Kings after 2. Third period, Gavrikov has a shot that's kicked aside. Kings press at 2 minutes. Kuzmenko misses one from in close. Shots are 3-0 Kings at 3.5 minutes. And then at 4:05, a one-timer by Kulak is tipped in at the net by Arvidsson. All of a sudden it's 3-2. Kulak and Podkolzin with the assists there. So former Canucks getting on the board today. But yeah, 3-2 at that stage. The Oilers then press to tie it. Then there's a press by the Kings at 6 minutes. And on a turnover at 6:46, the Kings extend the lead back to 2 goals. Kempe wires one from the right circle. Kopitar with the assist. No chance for Skinner on that one. That was a fantastic goal by Kempe. Kings then go to the power play. There's an early shorthanded rush that nearly scores. The Kings then cycle, and they do score. Kopitar, cross-ice pass and in. Fiala and Kempe with the assists at 9:07. It is 5-2 in favor of the LA Kings. We then get a Bronx cheer on the next hold by Skinner. They go to commercial, they come back from commercial, and Pickard has taken over in the net. I don't know if it was the Bronx cheer that made Chris Knobloch go, all right, so we'll just get the goalie out, or if it's just, it was a break, so he's like, yeah, we'll put Pickard in. But it will be interesting to see what the Oilers do for Game 3, because something's got to change. Then at 11:09, on a net drive, Kempe wires one. It's the first shot Pickard faced, and kind of rude for Kempe to make it a good one. Kuzmenko and Kopitar with the assists. So at 11:09, it becomes 6-2. Kuzmenko has, 5 points in 3 games? I am so happy for him. Honestly, I'm so happy for him that he's producing, that he's found a team where he can finally get back to being the player he was his first year in Vancouver. The Kings press with 7.5 minutes left. The Kings go back to the power play. There's a shorthanded rush by Nugent Hopkins. I also want to point out here, the fans have been serenading Skinner, which is not a surprise. I don't even put on the board when teams taunt the other team's goaltender anymore. It just happens so often. But the fans were chanting, "We want Skinner." And I was having flashbacks to "We Want Hextall" from 1994. So good job there, Kings fans. So really some flashbacks for me tonight. The Kings cycle, puck's cleared out. Then Podkolzin gets a 10-minute misconduct. He was slashing everybody. Vasili's got a little bit of that grit to him, and he's just slashing everybody around him, and the ref's like, go away. So the Oilers do finish the kill. Laferriere then has a chance that's held. But yeah, it's a 6-2 win in favor of the LA Kings. The Kings are up 2-0 in this series. If the Oilers lose this series, I do wonder what's going to happen this summer. Remember, this summer, they're going to be looking to extend McDavid. And if goaltending is what cost them this series, they're really going to have to fix that. Shots on net in this one were 11-6 Edmonton in the first. 15-8 LA in the second, 10-7 LA in the third. Final shots 31-26 for the Kings. Power plays, Edmonton 0 for 3, LA 3 for 5. The special teams battle is being won by the LA Kings. We'll see if that changes when this series shifts venues and goes to Edmonton, but for right now, it's been the Kings series. The hits 34-24 in favor of the Oilers. They were physical, in fact, probably a little too physical at times, and took some penalties that way. Skinner has not been good enough. And I'm not saying like these were all pedestrian goals, because they weren't, but you need those game-saving goals. You look at the other 2 games that took place tonight, and all 4 goaltenders made great, amazing saves that you're like, how did they save that? And with Skinner, 23 saves on 28 shots, we really didn't see that tonight. Pickard saved 2 out of 3 in relief. We shall see if they go to Pickard in Game 3. There was a lot of debate about what the Oilers were going to do with goaltending. Obviously, the Skinner is the easy choice after last year's playoffs. And there will be Oiler fans that point that out, that Skinner was bad at the start of series last year, and he got better as the series went along. Maybe the shift in venue to Edmonton will help, but the Kings have a commanding lead in this series. Kemper was very good, 24 saves on 26 shots. Nice bounce back after pedestrian numbers in the first game, but we'll see how things go in Game 3. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. If you're an Oilers fan, are you looking at these first 2 games and saying, nope, they're going to come back, they're going to storm back, or are you just kind of ticked off and feeling like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.